Now, a young director is raising money to make a film about a gay footballer in the hope that this will raise awareness about the lack of openly gay players in the sport. Rhys Chapman has won the support of Stephen Fry, Alan Carr and Sir Ian McKellen, but he still needs to raise almost £5,000 to fund the film. Well, I'm delighted to say he joins me now, along with Chris Paouros from the Proud Lilywhites, a group for LGBT supporters of Tottenham Hotspur. Before we start, let's take a look at a short clip from the campaign video.
Imagine stepping out in front of a packed stadium. 90,000 people chanting your name. What if they knew your secret? And these chants were meant to intimidate you because you were gay. Out of the 5,000 male professional footballers in this country, not one is openly gay.
Rhys, Chris, thank you very much for joining me this evening. Rhys, that was the voice of Sir Ian McKellen. Yeah. We'll come to that in a moment, but it was that statistic that he just said, 5,000 professional footballers in the UK, none of them openly gay. I mean, this has to be why you're making this film. Yeah, well, I think, you know, as filmmakers, it's important for us to educate as well as entertain and show perhaps what the media can't. Now, we all know the statistics, but we wouldn't know how that would affect a young star in his private life and ultimately lead to them unfulfilling their potential. So that's what we're trying to do with the film. Yeah. And yeah, that was part of a Kickstarter campaign that's live at the moment. You've got some great names behind you as well. One of them we just mentioned, Sir Ian McKellen. I mean, how did you get him on board? So I was invited by the Gay Gooners to march at Pride in London, and we saw him and we spoke to him about what we were doing, and he said, you know, he was very positive, and he said, let me know if there's anything I can do to help. So we sent him the video with me narrating it, and he apparently was blown away and offered to do the voiceover for us, and the rest is history, I guess. That's brilliant. Chris, we've got to speak to you now because Spurs fan.
I am, yes.
I mean, we hear a lot of you know, homophobia on the pitch and in the clubs, but it's also coming from the fans as well. There's something just about the way that the game is.
Well, I think, you know, you could call homophobia the last bastion of hate on the terraces, if you like. And that's something that we as an organisation and the LGBT fan groups, that's lesbian, gay, bisexual and transsexual, are trying to change. And the fan group movement is growing. And actually, just on Sunday, we're holding a conference at the Grange in St Paul's, which is the very first one for LGBT fans to get together to talk about the issues of homophobia in football. I mean, it's all very well what you're doing, and of course you want to make this film as well, but, you know, the FA said to us today, they said, yes, we're behind this film, we're aware of it, but should they be doing more as an organisation? Well, they were very kind to let us film at Wembley. You know, they only have 25 filming days there a year, but, I mean, I think, you know, the problem is, you know, like you said with the terraces, you know, homophobic abuse on the terraces needs to be punished in, you know, the same way that racism is. And, you know, I think that's the responsibility the FA has now. But there's lots of people kind of working hard to... Very, I'm going to ask just very quick questions. I know you've still got £5,000 you need to raise next 3 days. Are you feeling confident? It's essential you get it, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, the core of this film is, you know, to love, be loved and to be accepted. And I think it's something everyone can relate to, so it's important that we, you know, we do this and make a change in football. OK, listen, guys, I wish I could talk to you longer. Rhys, Chris, thank you so much for coming in to speak to me this evening. Thank you.